There was one particular moment, I think the very last in India, which was called as India Against Corruption. And we saw a mass mobilization of people of different hues rallying against corruption in under the UPA government. Why don't we see such a kind of a movement in the present context? The kind of problems that you have spoken about, some of the problems that you have left out, like mob lynching, passing of bills without going to the committee stage, or where a freedom of speech today is called as sedition, or speaking about secular thoughts is called as appeasement. Then why don't we see such kind of a movement once again in India?
Mob lynching of Dalits, general acquiescence to violence by society, the most horrific thing. That's why I mentioned violence and let it be. I already exceeded my 45 minutes by 3 or 4 minutes. And mob lynching actually requires, and I'm so emotional and so angry with the whole issue that it would have taken me 45 minutes on its own. So that's why I didn't mention it except as a generic violence and hate being propagated now. But in the case of mob lynching, targeting, we have 3 levels of lack of accountability. The most important is the state. The state has no business, the government has no business to condone it. No matter whether it was Pehlu Khan in Rajasthan or the following 2-3 lynchings that happened in Rajasthan, the lynching in Delhi, the lynchings elsewhere, no question of immediate and correct action. When I was in the IAS, we were trained at that time that any communal violence should be dealt with immediately, and who the person who perpetuates that violence must be stopped, even with a bullet if necessary. They didn't mention which community. Nowadays you target a community. In Pehlu Khan's case, which is one of the most horrible lynchings that took place on cow, he was a milch farmer. Nikhil has been to his house also. A milch farmer who bought cattle to take home, and then he had all the papers. They would not see the papers. They surrounded him and killed him. And the lower court has acquitted the people who lynched Pehlu Khan. So we are now going up in appeal. But the point is, the system is no longer just. The system is no longer a just system, cannot take sides. They're not talking of neutrality. They're taking, you have to take the side of the constitution and the law of the land. You can't be arbitrary in these matters. What is the meaning of neutral in a court of law? The law exists for the people who are vulnerable. It's not there for people who are exploiters and perpetrators of violence. So I think in all this, first is the government. The second question is to all of us. As a society, we are condoning such acts by keeping quiet. Not all of us individually like what's happening, but very few of us are coming out in the public domain in such large numbers to confront it. And we are faced with 2 handicaps. One is the suppression of dissent through legal restraint, and the other is fear of what will happen to us by the same sets of people who lynched the mob. Will they attack us? Am I right? Or am I wrong? My friend who asked the question in the back. So to some extent we are all afraid. I'm not talking of you and me, but I'm talking of the people at large. So what we have to facilitate today is a platform where the truth can come out without fear. That's why I was so moved by Rabindranath Tagore's poem. Where the mind is without fear, our minds have become afraid. So we have to get out of that fear. And I don't think I'm exaggerating when I say